You now tuned in to the Gumptown Podcast. I'm your boy Doug B. We ain't got nothing to talk about, but we got something to talk about. Let's go. Good people. Welcome back to the Gumptown Podcast, episode 104. I'm your boy Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving this podcast a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of Beauty by Amira. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by her story. Let's chop it up with Jasmine Peterson. Jasmine, how's it going?
It's going great. You?
I'm well. I'm glad everything is going well on your end too. First things first. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, we're here to talk about Beauty by Amira and all the great things you got going on in business. But before we talk business, let's get to know the woman behind the brand. So I see you grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. What was your upbringing like coming up in the 205?
Oh, my upbringing was great. I had a great childhood. Of course, I stayed there through high school, and then I went to Alabama State 2004. So my upbringing in Birmingham was really good.
Okay, good stuff. So you come on down the road to the Gump to attend the Alabama State University in 04, like you said. What was the HBCU experience like for you?
Oh, the HBCU experience was amazing. I wish I can do it again. I had the best years at Alabama State from 2004 to 2008. I still consider Montgomery my second home, so I had the best time. I enjoy going back for homecomings, different events that we have, classic, you name it. I'm a diehard fan for my school.
Yes, ma'am. Nothing like that good old HBCU experience. And I see you graduated. Yes, ma'am. See you graduated with your BS in business management. So you came up out of that COBA, huh?
Oh yeah, the best college there is at the school at Alabama State. We lived in COBA. We lived in the BA for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Without question. So you got a chance to meet Dean Vaughn and be a part of that history.
Yes, it was a good experience. So yeah, I was glad I was able to be a part of that.
Yes, ma'am. So around the time when I got into BA, Dean Vaughn was retiring, but I did get a chance to see him correct a couple of people in the hallway. A couple of dudes, they was sagging, and Dean Vaughn didn't play that mess. He didn't play that nonsense.
No, it was business tight every day. So, that was an experience because a lot of times now you have people who do not understand business casual and business. So that experience was grateful because I can use it in my future. I don't have to dress up as now because I work from home, but knowing the difference between business and business casual is a plus, especially now with a lot of people not knowing the difference between the two. Because Dave Vaughn didn't play that. You had to be dressed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to be, yeah.
For sure. Nah, that's definitely true. So just in terms of while you were in college, did you get involved in any organizations or were you strictly school?
I got involved in several organizations in the BA. I was a member of Phi Beta Lambda, which is a business organization. I was also a part of SIFE, which is Students in the Free Enterprise. And I was in another business organization. I can't remember the name of it, but I was very diverse. So I did organizations and school. So a little bit of both. I stayed busy.
Good stuff. So you finished up your degree at the Alabama State University, go on to get your MBA. What was that experience like? Was that strictly online?
It was both. So I was I was working full-time. So I did both online and in person. I think I had 2 classes in person during the year because the way the semesters worked at DeVry was different from like a regular semester. So it would be 2 set of classes within the semester if you compare it to like the way Alabama State do it. So in the summertime, I would do online classes. And then during the year, I would go to the actual campus and do 2 classes which is like 4 classes per semester. So it was a good experience. It was more of a professional type experience. It wasn't, like a campus that I can go to and meet and hang out with people. It was pretty much like everybody come from work. I meet with my professors, my classmates. We all have careers. So it was a different experience for us that, but nothing like Alabama State, HBCU experience. But I did enjoy meeting and collaborating with my professors and my colleagues while getting my master's.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, educated, got the HBCU experience, they got some of that PWI experience, the best of both worlds.
Right, right.
No, no doubt. So let's talk about Beauty by Amira. That's a very intriguing name. What inspired the name?
It's actually my middle name, which is Beauty. So I've always wanted to be in the beauty industry. Even as a kid, I was always enjoyed doing hair, anything dealing with beauty. I used to make jewelry when I was younger, so I've always been in that. I always had a passion for beauty, so it was just a second language to me. So creating the name, it just derived from my middle name.
Okay, too easy. And
Hmm.
as far as products and services, what you got going on over there?
So I have so my cosmetic line started in I just celebrated 3 years. And it's a growing cosmetic line. It's a line. I also do things here in Nashville. I reside in Nashville. I've been here 14 years. So I do a lot of pop-up shop events, black business events, different sponsorships to empower women. So right now I have liquid to matte lipsticks, which is vegan. I have classic to matte lipsticks. So all of my products are natural or vegan. I did start off with lipsticks because that was my everyday attire. I used to love lipsticks. And so a lot of people say, what color lipstick do you have on? I don't know. I'm just mixed colors. So, I was getting so much attention for my lipsticks. I was like, this is the perfect time to just create my own brand and have my own lipsticks. That way, when someone asks, I can say, I'm wearing my own brand. So I started with classic MAC lipsticks. Now I have lip gloss, concealer, cosmetic bags. And so I'm growing as demand. And so next I will have like makeup brushes and different products I'm adding as I grow. So it's been a great experience these 3 years, networking, meeting different women. And so normally the platform start off with makeup, and then normally the conversation can transition to different, women empowerment. I'm big on motivating. So we start conversating about what they interested in doing, maybe their passion or the fact that they may not like to wear, for example, red lipstick, which a lot of women can be afraid of wearing red lipstick, but red lipstick can be professional, it can be casual, you can do a lot with red lipstick. It's not as it's been categorized per se as sexual, but red lipstick can be used on different occasions. It can be dressy or professional. So I've had a lot of women transition from not liking to wear red lips to now that's pretty much the color they go to is red lipstick. I actually wear all the colors. So it's just whatever color I pull out, I normally just put it on.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, firstly, I want to congratulate you on 3 years in business. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So just in terms of what you've been able to accomplish in business and just overall, you say you've been in Nashville for 14 years, so Nashville has been treating you well, I'm assuming.
Yes, I moved here in 2009 after moving from Montgomery, and I've been here ever since. Wasn't sure that I would be here this long, but so far I've been here. I've been here with all the growth. There's been a lot of growth here in Nashville, so I've been a part of all of that. I mean, it's been a great experience. Nashville is very diverse, so I have different walks of life here. My brand is for all women, so I can cater to whomever. So it's always a pleasure to meet different walks of life, different diversity of people. So
Hmm. Wow, that's
it's been
amazing.
great.
Wow, that's amazing. So in Nashville, thriving, doing your thing, rocking and rolling. And that transitions perfectly into my next portion. So whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. You pretty much already covered your aha moment just in terms of what inspired you to start the brand. How long
Mhm.
after getting that initial aha moment did it take you to take action towards coming up with a name and getting started in business?
I would say my that phase was probably a year because just trying to work full time and decide on a business name, what products I want to start off. And so that was, I would say, about a year because my products come from Florida. So I had to actually sample different products, see how I like it on my skin, if it's long lasting. That way I would know everything about the product before I actually launch it. So I would say that process was a year because I had to get my website together. I had to get my logo. First, I had to create the name. Then I had got my logo and then my mission statement and all that. So I would say about a year.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, a year
Yeah.
flies by, so that's not a long
Yeah,
time.
you do.
Yes,
Yeah, it
ma'am.
went pretty fast. But I mean, with it being my passion, it really wasn't since I was doing other things as well. So it didn't seem like it went by so fast. So It didn't seem like it went by. Yeah, it was pretty smooth. It didn't seem like it was so long. Like now, everything is going by pretty fast.
Right. No, absolutely. I'm tracking. So you had your idea, you took action on it. And that last portion, audacity, it's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to put action behind it. It's a whole different beast to put it out to the world to be praised or criticized. Who or what gave you that
Mhm.
courage, that audacity to actually put it out there to the world?
Just my colleagues, my family. By me being so bold and unique, it was just a second nature for me to, you know, launch a beauty business. So I've always talked about it. So I had friends that's like, okay, we didn't talked about this enough. We didn't heard about it enough. So it's time to put action to it. I have a friend that has a business, and so she's been a great role model. She has a business here, Franklin's Fruit Tea, which is growing rapidly across the world. And so she would push me along with my other colleagues, my other friends rather, and family. So with the inspiration of them and me have talked to them about it, it was easier for me to just go ahead and do it. I was nervous at first to press the button to say live on the website and share different things and go live on Instagram doing makeup and stuff. But it was a humbling experience to be able to network with women that I probably would never have met without being in my business. And so pushing my business out and networking with people, and then they telling their friends and their friends. And so when I'm able to meet them in person doing events, it's always a great experience because I'm my brand. So they see me, they know I'm either have some lipstick on, I'm have some lipstick with me. And with that being said, I've also been in two different magazines, the Tennessee Tribune for Women's Month, recognizing women, and then the Nashville Voyager. So that was a great experience to be chosen to be a part of those different articles as well.
Wow, look at you making it in the magazines, doing big things, expanding the
Yeah.
brand. And
Hmm.
even just that notion of hearing that audacity portion just sounds like you have a great village behind you. And it takes a village when you're a child and even when you're adult. And it's shout out to your village for being supportive and holding you accountable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I sold out twice, like in the beginning, like I had a pre-sale, I sold out that. Then when I launched, I sold out. So it was like, wow, I didn't think it was going to start out this rapid. So I had to put the pedal to the metal and just get the products in. Luckily, that my distribution is locally, so I don't have to wait for it to come. It normally doesn't take that long of a time for me to get re in stock. So that was also a plus. Um, but it's been a great experience just being able to network and speak to different women and just sharing different ideas and then having similar life stories and things like that. So, women empowerment has become really big. And so I'm really big on empowering each other, all different walks of life. So,
Absolutely. And like that's what it's all about, just empowering each other and just sticking
hmm.
together and just collaboration. Like collaboration is key.
Oh, yes.
It's enough of well, it's enough out there to go around for all of us. So it's definitely no need to compare, compete. We can all learn from each other. And that's dope that you've been networking with different women in the
Yeah.
Nashville area.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody have different experiences, everybody have a different passion. And so what I may have with my brand, another makeup artist or another beauty brand may have something different. So my mission is always to the beauty in makeup is art that builds confidence in all women, which allows them to be bold, energetic, and express their beauty, which is so unique. So I try to, push that anyone can wear anything. It's all about how you feel about yourself. So it's not always you have to wear makeup, a lot of times people are afraid to wear makeup because people feel like you're covering something. Well, you can wear a natural look, or you can just put on lipstick, or you can just put on lip gloss. It's just whatever you feel like, whatever makes you feel beautiful. And so I always say allow a mirror products to give you a true reflection that you admire in the mirror. Because not only are you buying a brand, we also serve the community. I do a lot of community services within the community. I do luggage drives. I've donated food and clothing to the homeless shelter. So it's not just a brand for me. It's more, networking, empowering women, getting involved in the community, and just doing wherever there's a need, I'm going to satisfy. And it's, I make my business to be very diverse, where I can actually go into different arenas with, community service, a business. So if there's a need, I'm going to go for it.
That's good stuff. Networking and paying it forward, giving back to the community. So
Mm-hmm.
I read where you stated that you dreamed of being an entrepreneur, even as a kid. So where did that inspiration come from? Did you come from a family of entrepreneurs? Like, where did that inspiration come from?
I mean, I think I was born this way because my dad will always say, they always knew that I would be an entrepreneur. So I've always had that business mind. When I was a kid, I used to sell candy in the neighborhood. I used to make bracelets and necklaces and sell them to the kids at school. My dad bought us like leather. We used to make belts and leather keychains. So I've always been business driven, where I'm always trying to find something new to bring, being innovative. That's always something I've always inspired to do. And so I was just born with it. So that's why I said as a kid that I have always dreamed of um, being a businesswoman. I'm always trying to find challenges. I always use my challenges as stepping stones for what's next. So with me having a passion for beauty, I just took it and made it to be where it can be challenges for women to express themselves. I can give back to the community. And so it all kind of came together.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And hats off to your dad for instilling that entrepreneurial spirit in you, even as a kid, and
Mm-hmm.
putting you know situations to go out there and start building the candy selling enterprise. Hey, I love it. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's all
Mm-hmm.
about. Cause you get out there like that's I mean, cause you know, especially in school, that's all we wanted as kids was some candy. So you definitely was fulfilling the need because that's what we wanted. We ain't always want that boring lunchroom food. Hey, somebody got the candy. Hey, let's get it.
Right.
Gotta have it.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah. And
ma'am.
it was fun. You gotta have some can on the block. So that was always
Yes,
it was
ma'am.
always fun. So
Absolutely. So you've done great things with the brand Beauty by Mira, and I know great things are coming down the pipeline, which leads to my next portion, vision.
mhm.
What are your short-term and long-term goals for the brand?
Short term is just to increase the product line, just add more products. My long term goal is to actually have a platform where I can actually speak to women. We can share our life stories, our testimonies, and incorporate makeup as well. So that's something I want to do, and grow my business nationwide, where my website and me personally just known nationwide. I consider myself a beauty influencer, so just being known nationwide and being able to tell my story and giving space for others to tell their story, because a lot of times that's where makeup can come in, and you open up that window to do makeup or to sell the makeup, and then that person is comfortable enough to share other things that they have, and it could be similar things that I could be going through others. And so a lot of times when you open up that window to share those differences or similarities, you just never know what influence you can be to the next person. So overall, that's my biggest goal, is to be able to have that platform where women can openly come together and just share what's from the heart, what you may be going through or went through, because you just never know what person could be experiencing the same thing. And that can give them a boost to know, okay, I still have it. Life doesn't end from here. It just makes you stronger.
Hmm. Those are powerful goals, both short-term and long-term, and I have no doubt you'll make them all come to fruition.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. As we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask the million-dollar question. I started this podcast to highlight the greatness connected to the Gump, whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college,
Mm-hmm.
military, or working. So you were here by way of the Alabama State University. So I want to ask you, Jasmine, what do you appreciate the most about that chapter of your life that you spent here in the Gump?
I appreciate the whole college experience, the things that I learned from my professors, just getting that business approach to things, learning everything that I need about business. Because not only was I in the business field, I still had network with my professors. I had a good relationship with my professors. I was also a part of different organizations would help me to network. I was able to start my career immediately after college with Walgreens. I went to a conference with SIFE, Students in the Free Enterprise, and I was offered a job on the spot. So I was actually able to start working as a assistant business manager for Walgreens the month after I graduated from school. So that was a great experience, because a lot of times people have to wait to find a job. So that was a great experience, being able to network while I was in college, so that when I graduated, I can immediately start working. So that was a really great experience. And just being able to have a lot of my friends from college, I'm still friends with them. It's just a different relationship. It's like sister brotherhood. So I enjoy, those relationships because when I come back for homecoming and different events, I'm able to still link up with them and it's like old times again. So I'm ready for homecoming as well.
Powerful stuff. Yes, ma'am. Likewise, I'm ready for it too.
Yeah. I
So,
probably have to work a little bit this year because I was inducted into the 50 under 50 this past homecoming. So that was a great experience as well to be nominated for that and to actually be honored to be a part of that class.
congratulations. Hey, doing
Thank you.
big things all over the world at Alabama State, up there in Nashville. Love
Yep.
to hear it.
One lip at a time.
Absolutely. So, how can the people connect with you, Jasmine? What are your social media handles and website?
So it's Beauty by Mira. Shop on Instagram and Facebook. My website is www.beautybymira.shop.com.
Too easy. And of course, I'll put all of the information in the description of the episode. Hey, Jasmine, thanks again for the conversation. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumptown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Gone. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Until next time.